week we've been learning about the story of Joseph. Today we're going to do a fun project to see how well you can remember and retell the story. Who can tell me the four main elements of a story? That's right, characters, plot, setting, and theme. This project is going to focus on the plot and the theme of the story we've been learning. We're going to work on explaineverything.com and teach each of you how to create a story sequence much like the one you see here. Remember, we learned about Jonah and the whale a couple weeks ago. And so now we're going to assess how much we remember and can retell of the story of Joseph. Because this is a new tool for our class, we're going to work in pairs. Some of you may be more comfortable using this technology than others. So we're going to collaborate and help one another. You and your partner will be given a story sequence worksheet to complete independently to ensure that each of you can remember and retell the story of Joseph on your own. Your worksheet will look a lot like this screen. Then you'll work together on Explain Everything to create your digital story sequence. You'll use images and drawings to represent each part of the story and then share the main theme or big idea of the story. Finally, you'll present your project to the class. Let me give you a little demonstration on how Explain Everything works. So here you see the story sequence of Jonah and the whale. And how we get to this point is to use these tools here on the left toolbar. So let's say you want to start and make your sequence boxes here. So I have 4. You may have more than 4. I think you should at least have 4. You may have more if it's a longer story. The story of Joseph is a little more involved than the story of Jonah and the whale. So let's see. You will click on the box, click the color that you want, and if you click that, you'll be able to change. The stroke is the outside of the box, the fill is the middle of the box, and so you can pick your colors, and then once you've picked your colors, you'll see it over here, and then you come and you just draw. So see, I'm drawing right over where I was, and that's the first box. After you have your boxes, you're going to want to fill it with different elements to tell your story. Some of the elements might be provided here through clip art. There's some fun clip art here for different things. There's a tree. I don't think you'll find a football or a baseball in the story of Joseph, but they're there. There's some really fun elements that you can pick. If you don't see what you need here, well, let's go ahead and pick one so that you can see how this works. So you've got your clip art. It's way too big. It's not in the right spot. You click on it. You can use your fingers on the mouse to just go up and down, make it smaller, and move it over. I will be walking around the room and can help and support you all as you're working on this. This is a new tool, like I said, so it's going to take some time, but it's a fun challenge. So you've got your clip art there. Now, if I want to add text, you click on the A for text, and here's your text box right here. You create your text box, and then you can type in whatever you want to say. And so there we have the world. Now, just like you would on Google, because you've used that before, you can highlight that and change the size. See, and make it bigger or smaller. You can change the font if you want to use a fun font. I used a fun font for this Jonah and the whale. You can change the positioning. You can make it bold. You can also change the color. So if I want to make it blue, I can make it blue. And there you go. Okay, and then finally, let me go back and say that you will use a text box to put your title, to put your first, next, then, finally, because that's going to be important for you to tell the sequence of the story. And then for your theme or big idea that you decide at the bottom. And then if you do not find the clip art, the little images here, you'll see there was no fish. So I drew, it's a very sad whale, but it is a whale. You can draw here. These are the drawing tools. So you click that one. You can click the color. You can click the size of the tip that you want. If you want it to be like a pencil or a marker. And then you simply draw. So I can draw a circle here. And you can draw whatever elements that you see are missing from your story sequence. Let me know if you have any questions as you create your story sequence. Again, I will be walking around and supporting you in any way I can. For those of our friends that may not be as comfortable using this type of technology, let's work together, let's collaborate and help one another. And I look forward to seeing what you guys create.